Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Kyle from palmdesignco.com. Just going to take you through a very brief overview of how I came about this particular logo, and generally the method I use to sketch out a logo like this. I never used to sketch up until the point where I figured it allowed me to have a lot more creative freedom. Sketching was not my first choice. I kind of just went straight to Adobe Illustrator, but it has really helped develop my skills with just some practice sketching, and this is the product you see from the end of it. So as you can see, I used a previous sketch for inspiration. A lot of logo designers will look to Pinterest and the internet, Google Images, to find what they're looking for. So this particular one, it didn't have a name of the artist, so I can't credit the artist, but it was a good reference for me. I kind of like the shape, the angle of the dragon face, bit of a 45-degree angle, and that's kind of what I was looking for. So at this point, toggled off the sketch so that I can start sort of gaining my own ideas as to how I want it to look. I kind of changed the mouth a bit. Wasn't really feeling it for the first time around, and this is the exploratory phase. This is where you will find what works, what doesn't. Change the nose, thought it should be a little flat up front. Front teeth, I had a vision of what I wanted. It didn't work out, so I went for a different route, and ended up being pleasantly surprised with the outcome. Was a lot better than what I initially had anticipated. But again, this is where you kind of feel it out, find out what works, what doesn't. The lines, good thick outlines, that's more synonymous with these kind of logos, makes them pop, makes them stand out a little more. At this stage, not really looking to refine the sketch, just looking to clean it up, gauge more an idea of what I want in the end. Bit by bit, as time goes on, it starts to evolve into exactly what you're looking for, and a good sketch you can put into Adobe Illustrator. The app I was using for this was Sketchbook on the iPad. Find it to be pretty versatile. You can do quite a lot with it. You're able to transfer a file straight onto Adobe Illustrator, and that's where it becomes really, really useful. So as you can see, just sharpening up the lines, getting ready for the next phase, which is starting to use shapes to start building out the sketch. So as you can see, lowered the initial rough draft, the opacity, so that you can start tracing. What I like to do is use various circle sizes. That I find gives good weight to a line, makes it flow a lot better. Then you start, at this point, start shading in the outline, and it starts coming together pretty slowly. It's a bit tedious, but this is what I find really sets other logos out from good logos and bad logos. This is a pretty delicate process where even at this stage you're still looking to see what works, what doesn't. Shading and filling is also part of the sketching process. So up until the completion of actually sketching it out, I don't like to take anything into Illustrator until I know exactly what I want. So this is where a lot of erasing, redrawing a line, maybe trying something completely different takes place. And it's at this stage, once we've got the sketch done and then the refined sketch, you will see in a second, looks completely different, a lot more weight to the refined sketch. So I'm kind of happy with what is shown here. This is kind of where you like to maybe add some shading. For this particular one, the light source, you're looking at about top left. So you'll have your highlights at the top, your shadows at the bottom, kind of fill it in the middle. So from here, we're looking to take this file, send it over to Adobe Illustrator, put your sketch and lower the opacity. And this is quickly where you add all your anchors. So just looking to do it bit by bit, and this is important. This is where a lot of people go wrong, is they will try and do the outline all in one. What you want to do is just do it in sections. I find this really helps with getting your lines right, the Bezier curves around the circle, especially around sharp edges, can be tricky to get flowing and consistent with all the other lines. So over here, you're just trying to get it nice and steady. Also, don't follow the sketch completely. I mean, once you're in this phase, if it looks good, keep it together, and just go with what looks natural at the time. So as you can see, for this particular one, lots of different sections which all mesh together, and eventually you get the end product, which you'll see in a second. So with all the shading, you do all the shading in separate layers, not going into detail, just an overview, to the point where this is the end product. So trying a lot of different colors, and eventually putting text to it, and then showing the end product, which you will see in a second. And that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any queries or questions, please hit us up on any of our social media links, or you can go to palmdesignco.com. We have our contact details there. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.